Should I go ahead and kick us off here?
I think we're still waiting for people to come in.
Okay.
I think we have one more that's coming in. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome. My name is Shannon Brown. I'm the supervisor of secondary special education and the supervisor of online learning. I just wanted to say hello and thank you for joining us this evening for this transition night. I will pass it off to Megan and Stephanie, who will put on a wonderful presentation for you. So thank you and have a good night.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Brown. I'm a special education teacher at Unionville High School, and I'm one of the department chairs here.
Hi, my name is Megan Hilbolt. I am also a special education teacher at Unionville High School, and I am the other special education department chair. It's nice to have you guys here this evening. Feel free to use the Q&A chat box at the bottom of your screen if you have any questions throughout the presentation. And Stephanie and I will take some time at the end of the slideshow to review your questions and try to provide some answers.
So thanks for joining us this evening. We'll just start off by saying we're really excited to welcome your 8th grade student to the high school. It's always really fun for us to meet the new students, and they really change a lot as they spend their 4 years with us. At some point or another, most of our department interacts with all of the students at some point. So we most likely will meet with them and work with them at some time or other in their 4 years. We just wanted to start by introducing our staff. So this is just a list of the potential people that they will meet when they're here at the high school. As you see, we have a pretty big department. There's 13 teachers. And then we also work really closely with our counselors. We have two school psychologists that we work with, and there are two school social workers that help support our students. And we also have a speech and language teacher who's on staff as well.
So we've put together a short video that we want to show you here. And this is just a little introductory video where each member of our department took a moment just to welcome you and your student to the high school. So we'll do that.
Hi, I'm Antoinette Talone. I'm one of the support teachers at Unionville High School.
Hi, I'm Bethany Clemson. I'm one of the learning support teachers and the transition coordinator. Welcome, 9th graders.
Hi, I'm Erin Curtis. I'm a learning support teacher here at the high school. Can't wait to meet everybody.
Hi, I'm Kim Edwards. I'm a learning support teacher here at the Unionville High School. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Hi, I'm Maggie Hunt, assistant principal here at Unionville High School. We're so excited to have you. If you're around this summer or anytime, pop in and say hi.
Hi, my name is Melissa Albrin. I'm one of the school counselors here at Unionville High School. I'm so excited to meet you all next year. Please come down to counseling whenever you need anything. We're excited to meet you.
Hi, I'm Mr. Howard. I'm one of the school counselors. Welcome to UHS.
Hi, I'm Ms. Gamble. I'm a school counselor.
Hi, I'm Bree Ziegler. I'm one of the school social workers at Unionville High School. I look forward to supporting you.
Hi, I'm Colleen Miller, one of the school counselors here at Unionville High School. Welcome. We look forward to seeing you here.
Hello, I'm Nick Eppinger, a special ed teacher at the high school.
Hi, I'm Jen Hauk, special education teacher at the high school.
Hi, I'm Katie Childs, and I'm the life skills teacher for grades 9 to 12 at Unionville High School.
Hi, I'm Steve Parent, and welcome to UHS.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch Brode. Welcome to Unionville High School.
So that's most of our staff. I think some people we weren't able to get, but that's most of our staff, just so you can put a face to a name.
Do you want me to kind of go over the learning support program?
Sure.
So learning support at the high school is a lot like learning support in the middle school. It is a credited class at the high school. So your child will earn credit towards graduation for taking the class. And the IEP team determines the amount of support that your child will receive. So for example, your child could receive learning support every day for one period, which would be one period, 6 out of 6 days. There's a variety of combinations. So it could be a learning support period every other day of the 6-day cycle. So one period, 3 out of 6 days a cycle. There could be 2 days per cycle, 4 days. There is a ton of combinations that can happen, and it's really determined by the amount and level of service that your student needs. And that is something that you'll work very closely with your 8th grade case manager to determine, what to kind of register for in PowerSchool. What you're going to register for starting on Friday until the end of February will be what is recommended at this time. So if there's changes that come in the future, don't worry, we could always update the system and document any changes, whether it's more support that's needed, less support, or whatever is needed. During learning support time, your student will be in a pull-out class, so an itinerant class, and it is focused specifically on what is in the IEP. So there may be reading needs, there may be writing needs, math needs, executive functioning, could be self-advocacy, there's transition planning, and it can be any combination of those together too. So the IEP is what drives what the learning support teacher will provide in your classroom. We also offer learning support pull-out classes for students if it's deemed appropriate by the IEP team. So there could be a learning support math class, a learning support reading or English or writing. There's a variety of things. So it's all driven by what your specific needs are. We also offer a testing center at the high school, and our testing center is specific to special education students, and it's staffed by our department. And the students are offered their accommodations at that point, and our staff is well trained and well versed in accommodations. They understand extended time. They understand if your child needs to have a test read aloud or other specific accommodations. So those are just some of the parts of the learning support program at the high school.
So we also offer autistic support, which at the high school is called Strategies for Life. So that would be the course that your child would register for, and that's the title, the class name that you would see on their schedule. So again, this is a class that's tailored to small group instruction based on the students' identified needs in their IEP. But overall, they're going to receive instruction in social skills, executive functioning, different problem-solving strategies, and also coping skills. And so they'll receive instruction on those areas, and then based on what their specific IEP goals are, they'll receive more direct instruction on that in conjunction with receiving their accommodations. So in that class, we would monitor their IEP goal, progress monitoring, and then they learn to apply these skills to their everyday life. So really, we try not to do too many contrived situations. Sometimes it's needed, but we really like to talk to the students and help them to learn to apply the skills that they're learning to what's happening in their everyday life and what's happening in their school setting in order for them to learn to problem solve in the future and be more successful. We do help with self-advocacy, communication, and also transition planning. So we really start to work on transition. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but helping them to make a plan for what they want to do after they graduate high school. And that looks different for every student. So we really start early in 9th grade to help them identify areas that they're interested in. And hopefully that changes and evolves by the time they reach 9th grade. But we're here to support that in conjunction with their school counselor. We also took some pictures of one of the life skills or one of the autistic support classrooms. We did receive a grant a while ago to get to buy more to develop more sensory spaces. So we have 2 autistic support classrooms right now that do include some sensory activities. So just so you can see what one of the classrooms looks like.
The other program, or one of the other programs that we offer at the high school is the Pathways Support Program. So this is our emotional support program. This program is a lot like the Strategies for Life class and the Learning Support class in that it's credited. So your child's going to be earning credit towards the required number of credits for graduation. It is determined by the amount of time that they're in the class is determined by the IEP team and will be done in conjunction with your 8th grade case manager. And if needed, a member of the high school team can help support those decisions and determinations of how much time is needed in the Pathways support class. There is a large variety of strategy instruction that can occur during pathway support. So there is coping skills instruction. There can be executive functioning instruction, which could include planning and organization, test-taking strategies, study skills, things of that nature. We also spend a lot of time in the pathway support classroom focusing on self-advocacy. And then, as Stephanie mentioned before, a lot of time is also spent on transition. So getting your child ready for the next step. So what's coming after high school, whether it's college or work, whatever. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes, but there's a lot of various strategy instruction that occurs during this time. Students in Pathway Support also have access to the testing center if they have testing accommodations in their IEP. And they also work very closely with our school social work department and our school counselors to provide those pro-social skills, coping skill instruction, and any other strategies that are warranted by a child's IEP.
So then we also offer life skills support. And this is a combination of daily living skills and academic performance. We do teach direct instruction, reading, writing, math. There's also daily living skills. We offer community-based instruction where students go out and apply their skills, their math skills, their reading skills, and their self-advocacy skills in the community. So they'll go out to, sometimes they go to Longwood. I think they're going to TJ Maxx this on Friday. They'll go out and go to restaurants and just practice those skills. I think that occurs usually about once a month that our life skills teacher does plan those activities. They can also learn how to access transportation, safety awareness, and basic living skills. Similar to our other programs, we also work extensively on transition planning and working to develop strong job skills within the school and the community. Usually in 9th grade, if it's identified as a need in the IEP, we'll start to implement work experience within the school building where they'll learn, they'll be provided a location throughout the school building. Sometimes it's in district office, sometimes it's in the library, sometimes they're working with our custodial staff, in the mailroom, just to learn basic work skills, like coming to work on time, communicating with your employer, following instructions. And that's usually supported by a paraprofessional that just kind of oversees and collect data with them. And this is to encourage and support independence. Sometimes they progress into moving onto more community transition vocational experiences, but typically in 9th grade, it happens within the school building. We also help them learn to access their technology. Sometimes they have specific technology that students need to use in order to be more functional and independent. So they learn those skills and just learning how to use technology safely and appropriately in order to have their needs met and to communicate.
So our high school also offers a continuum of transition services. So we have a transition coordinator. She introduced herself in the video a little bit ago, Bethany Clemson, and she is available to support families and students beginning in 9th grade or at any point throughout a student's high school career to help with navigating the transition process to post-secondary. So there's lots and lots of services and supports that can be put into place. Some examples are listed here, but Ms. Clemson works very closely with all of us in our department to help provide career interest inventories. She facilitates work experience in our high school. She is able to assist with post-secondary searches. She helps students with navigate the college process in conjunction with the school counselors. We complete transition inventories and transition surveys and conferences where we talk to students on our caseload and in our classes about what they want to do in the future. And then we're able to take that information and work with counselors and our transition coordinator to help identify programs that are appropriate for students. She supports students using Naviance. So we have a Naviance program similar to what your child probably has at the middle school. There's a variety of post-secondary interest inventories on that program, but students also use Naviance to start the college search and to start identifying schools that they might be interested in or careers that they may be interested in. She is able to work with case managers to help kind of target specific areas of transition. And there's, like I said, like Stephanie and I have shared a ton of different work experience opportunities to prepare students if they are planning to go directly into the workforce after high school. And our counseling department works very closely with us and assists students who are interested in going into the armed forces. So there are lots of supports and services and a full continuum of support staff that's willing to help and help families understand and navigate that process. Ms. Clemson, our transition coordinator, also runs our work experience course, and we have a coffee cart at the high school, and our students sell a variety of snacks, coffee, drinks to staff and students at the high school periodically. They're learning work skills, they're learning math skills, they are learning how to interact with customers and to make the sale. And this was just a snapshot of some of the students that are supporting our coffee cart at the high school.
Meg, we have a question. So I'll just read it and respond real quick. So the question is, an ongoing frustration at Patton has been a new learning support teacher each grade. Is there more consistent approach at UHS? Will there be a person or teacher who follows through from 9th to 10th, 11th, and 12th? So we don't have a specific rule, I would say, that someone will be with a student each grade. Although it does happen often when we're able to carry through from grade to grade. It's hard for us to promise something like that because of schedules. So there's so many offerings at the high school that students may take different electives, and it's sometimes difficult for them if their schedule doesn't match up to their their initial 9th grade learning support teacher. But I would say there's not a specific person for 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. It's not built the same way that the middle school is. So it is possible that we would be able to connect with that student from year to year. But we can't promise that, certainly. But I would say it's definitely not, it's not planned that way where there's only one, like so many teachers for 9th grade, so many teachers for 10th grade. We all support 9 through 12. Every one of us, every single teacher in our special ed department has 9 through 12th grade. I hope that helps to answer that question.
So that's kind of a good segue for the scheduling too. So in a couple days, your child's going to have the opportunity to register for classes on PowerSchool. So you'll have the opportunity to follow the instructions that you'll be provided. Your student will go into their PowerSchool application and they'll be able to register for the courses. It's going to be really important for your child to register for the appropriate amount of support that they've been recommended. So teachers have gone in and made or will be making recommendations for your child. So support teachers should be recommending the appropriate amount of time. So if they are recommending every other day of learning support or strategies for life or pathway support, whatever type of support your child receives, you're going to want to follow that. So that's really important that you follow the recommendation and add that particular support class in Power School. Again, the student programming is determined by their IEP team, so it depends what your team at Patton is recommending. And again, if you have specific questions about that, we definitely encourage you to reach out to your child's case manager. They have contact information for the entire team at the high school, and we're able to assist and help make programmatic decisions or recommendations. If there's questions, concerns, someone is able and available to come to an IEP transition meeting if needed later this spring. And then again, just to kind of reiterate, we have our testing center at the high school. It's open throughout the day for students. It's open from period 1 through period 9. And again, it's a designated testing center for students with accommodations. And then we also offer lunch and learn at the high school, which is really exciting for your students. So that's the hour from 10:30 until 11:30 in the middle of the day where students can have recreational time. They can choose to eat lunch. They can meet with their teacher. They can check in with their case manager or their support teacher. There's lots and lots of different things that are occurring during that hour of time. And the testing center is also open at that time. So that time is really meant for students to kind of decompress and have a little bit of time for themselves to do what they need to do, to whether it's make up a test, whether it's play basketball with their friends, or just sit and talk with their friends. We really try not to pull students for support during that time because we want to use that time for students to be able to kind of have a little downtime in their day.
And something else we should mention is that we've been working really hard and we're going to start doing it more now that the second semester is here, just to work on to help facilitate the transition between 8th and 9th grade. So our staff, our teachers are communicating frequently with the special ed teachers, the 8th grade special education teachers, just to learn more about the students that are coming up. And your students may be seeing some of us in the building in Patton, just to kind of lay eyes on each other and help them get to know us a little bit. And some students, especially with the strategies for life and the life skills students, will be invited to come up just to experience lunch and learn before they actually come over and are expected to participate in it, just to kind of get an idea of what it's like over here, so it's not so overwhelming. So any additional, we're certainly happy to answer any questions that you have. Certainly type them in the Q&A section. Anything besides any specific IEP concerns or scheduling, all of that should go through your child's case manager. And if they feel that they have to, they certainly know they can reach out to us for support if needed, if they can't answer those questions. But if you have any questions about our presentation and about what it's like here at the high school and any supports we offer, please type them in the chat and we'll try our best to answer them. If not, just a reminder that our course selection night is in person this Thursday on February 6th from 6 to 8. I highly encourage you to participate in that. You'll get an overview of all the different programs and what each department offers. There's so many electives that your child can take here at the high school. I think there's definitely something for everyone and interest for everyone. But you'll get a better understanding of what courses they need to take for to earn graduation credits, and just a little bit about the different programs and their offerings. You'll also get a chance to speak to a representative from each program if you choose as well.
And then one other thing to mention too, there will be a number of activities for the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade at the high school throughout the spring and over the summer too. So there will be the Shock Day where students come over and are paired with upperclassmen students to help facilitate that transition from 8th grade to 9th grade. And then there also will be the 9th grade orientation, which will occur in August. And student schedules, their final schedule will be released likely around the middle of August. So there are opportunities for changes to be made if need be before then, if IEP teams make changes.
All right, so we have two questions. Will the IEP meetings follow the same schedule as that in Patton? So it's similar, yeah. An annual IEP meeting has to occur within 1 year of each other. So typically, if an IEP is due in October, you will have an IEP meeting, before then, September, early October. So we try to keep them as close to the date as possible, but we always have to give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room for them. But yeah, we have to meet once a year for every IEP. And then often we're meeting to adjust or to make recommendations and revising the IEP periodically throughout the year as well. And then we got a Naviance login today, but I've never heard of it before. What is that? So Naviance is where students go to access anything transition related. So there's surveys that are that students will complete that will help them to identify what their interests are, what their strengths are, and help them align those with a potential job. And then they'll figure out, okay, I'm interested in this kind of job. What kind of schools offer that? What types of schools offer that? What kind of degrees do I need for that? And so it helps them to really tailor their transition plan, to really help develop their transition plan. It's also where you'll go for, so we have the college and career readiness artifacts that we do in the high school. Students will upload all of their artifacts through that. So it's kind of just a system where we house everything transition related to help them really develop their transition plan. So I would encourage you to play around with it a little bit. But that's something that your student will really get introduced. They have access to it now, but we really use that in the high school, and your student will be accessing that and using that a lot once they get here. And then students come Thursday night as well. I believe students can come Thursday night as well. Do you know, Meg?
Yeah, students can come too.
Can come, yeah, just to kind of get an overview of what to expect. And then our presentation, yes, will be posted on the special ed website, and the slides will be available as well.
Great. Well, are there any other questions?
No, that's it.
Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your evening to join us tonight. We're really looking forward to having your students at the high school next year. And if Stephanie or I can be of any assistance or help, please feel free to contact us, and we'll be happy to assist the IEP team at the middle school to help facilitate the transition to the high school. Thank you again.
Thanks, everyone.